Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at some of the mega robo purchasing bots that have trickled into Pokemon. Like they were already a thing in other sectors, sneakers and junk like that. All those the sneaker boys, the hype boys. This is not a video that's going to be like, oh poor you, the scalpers are ruining everything. This is going to be more of a, I guess, advice, what you can do. In my opinion, the scalping thing is extremely temporary. I don't think we're going to see an end to it necessarily in the immediate future, where there's so much hype in the hobby that items on release, everyone is so afraid to miss out on them that they're willing to pay more. So eventually that hype is going to die down. More will be printed to meet the demand. And it'll become a non-issue. I don't think there's any reason to be concerned about it. We can all be angry at the evil scalpers, but it's not going to do you any good in the long run. If you're looking to collect Pokemon and you're looking to either get the most bang for your buck or you're actually trying to use it as sort of an investment vehicle, I have some tips for you. No, you don't have to pay for some Patreon guru dumb shit. I'm just going to tell you how I approach it. And basically, the key to any collectible or any hobby is always going to be patience. Especially in a market like this, if you don't have patience, you are not going to make the most of your money. And you probably aren't going to have the most fun in terms of becoming successful, or what you would consider successful, or one of the, I guess, top collectors. The biggest thing you need is time in the hobby, which is going to outweigh any amount of predict the future nonsense that you think is possible. These modern products are not a good purchase at anything above MSRP, and even in a normal market, you would consider even like the Walmart pricing to be too expensive. So if you want to partake in it, just, I guess the Walmart pricing is not that bad, but in general, I wouldn't go anywhere above that. If you are, you're kind of just overpaying for no reason. Okay, what else? What else we got? We got the newest thing that everyone is after, the Ultra Premium Collection, celebrations in general. I can almost guarantee you that we are going to be flooded with celebrations products. You see all kinds of stupid videos where people are like, oh, they're not printing any more celebrations, they're printing more celebrations. Just know that there's going to be more. We saw the same thing with Vivid Voltage. People were overpaying for booster boxes and everything else. They printed more. Now you can get Vivid Voltage dirt cheap. It's on most shelves. I know in certain areas everything is sold out because someone will just go in and fill their Walmart cart. See that on Facebook quite often. The big stonker boys that buy everything that Walmart has, regardless of whether it's even in demand or not. And then you'll have some noisy people that'll say, "Oh, I can't get Pokemon anywhere. There's none on the shelves." But I don't know. Just hold tight. There's lots of options. Lots of older cards that are underappreciated and very inexpensive. Also important to remember that there's no scalping and botting and everything else if no one's buying from them. These aren't people that are looking to hold this stuff long term. They're looking to flip it for a quick buck. So if you don't buy from them, eventually they just don't exist. There's no reason for them to buy out an item online or even at a Walmart or whatever people are doing if no one's buying from them at an increased price. I mean, you shouldn't be buying anything above MSRP. I cannot reiterate that if it's brand new, because there's going to be more of it. Sword and Shield and newer, especially because it's part of the standard rotation. So players are going to need it. It's going to be included in so many different products that have different packs. I guess Celebrations is a great example of that, with all the Sword and Shield sets that are being re-released, in essence, in the form of multi-pack products. Also, modern. Man, everyone wants to be stonking on the next modern item. That's not how it works. The worst thing you can possibly do is buy modern singles, because when they first come out, not only do you have the playability aspect that can make stuff more expensive, it's also the new hot thing. So there's so much competition for everyone wanting to buy that stuff. Right as it comes out, the alternate arts are the new cool things, so those have a premium attached to them, which will go away once the next thing comes out, that is the new chase. So as a card comes out, it's probably the most expensive it's ever going to be, short of some weird example where the price, I know, jumps up because all of a sudden it becomes playable or something like that. But that's a very rare exception. Typically, it's mostly based on chase, some playability, and vice versa. Then it'll become less expensive when it's a generation or two old. So right now, if you were looking at like Sun and Moon and X and Y, those are probably as inexpensive as they're going to be. Again, that might be a little bit different in a market like this, where everything's gone up. We might see some retraces in some of that stuff. But in general, the thing that is not the newest thing, but kind of just past, is not considered vintage or desirable, because people are sick of it at that point. So it becomes less expensive. And then I guess as it's maybe a third generation old, it'll gradually become more expensive, depending on the item and how hard it is to actually pull. Less product's going to be available, so the seal product goes up as well. So in terms of holding on to sealed stuff in a normal market, if it's not like 5 years old, you're probably not really paying a premium on it, depending on if it's short printed or something like that. So here we go. Let's get into the Scalp Bot 69s. We'll take a look at that. Again, there's no reason to be like upset with this stuff. Just don't purchase from them is probably the best advice. Yeah, I don't know. Just patience. Again, you got to be patient. If you got somebody that's flip balling and just buys everything and then demands a premium on it, just leave them with the product. Who cares? I know a lot of people are in this rush to get stuff. I personally will not pay a premium. I'm not going to buy this stuff from a scalper at double the price or whatever. Why should anyone else? I mean, I know it's a little bit hard to get access to a certain thing, especially when it first comes out, but just be patient, open something else, buy some singles, go on Troll and Toad or something and buy a bunch of old stuff that's cool. And it's probably at the lowest price it's going to be. So what looks like a doorway full of product. Now, let's get into to these boys here. We'll start with the Ominous. These guys like to show off. They're sneaker boys. We've seen that in the past. Shout out to Hanks. But yeah, they got to flex. They got to show off that they're buying a bunch of stuff. You see here that's the same thing with the graphics cards, where there's a shortage on those. They're going to take advantage of the market, and they're going to buy them up and resell them at a huge profit. So if you don't need a graphics card, I was lucky enough to pick up a 3090 at retail. But if you don't need one right now, don't buy one. Don't know what to say other than that. If you're patient enough, eventually you'll get your hands on one. And there's no reason to feed into the people that are kind of taking advantage of that market condition. Especially if you're against them, the best thing you can do is just not purchase anything that they're selling. So here we go. We're showing off all our purchases. We got more graphics cards, of course. This is like the high-end, super evil version of, I guess, the person that goes to Walmart and fills their cart, and they go to they'll go get PS5s, and they'll get the Pokemon cards, and they'll get the sports cards, and maybe they'll get some Funko Pops or something, and they're just flipping anything and everything to make a couple bucks. Got to remember too that it seems like they're making a lot of money, but they're probably not making that much money if they're selling on eBay or something like that. Then they're paying fees, they're paying shipping. So I don't know. It's it's kind of a dangerous cycle because it's increasing the price by a lot more than they're actually making. And then if that person flips it again or sells it again, it's just a continuous loop. There is no reason anyone at any point right now since release should have been overpaying for celebrations, including the Ultra Premium collection. If there's anything that might not be reprinted, it's probably that, just because of the sheer price tag on it. But as we've seen, I think Target in the US has Ultra Premium collections, which is weird. I wouldn't think that they would carry something that's that expensive. Typically they don't, at least not that I'm aware. Usually more of a game store item, but who knows? It's something that they could easily make more of. And if they see that the demand is as crazy as it is right now, there's kind of no reason that they shouldn't. So here we go. Here's the ultimate flex pick. We got graphics cards. I don't even know what this crap is in the middle. We got Pokemon cards. We got a Nintendo Switch, which is kind of weird. Maybe, is there a shortage on Nintendo Switches? I didn't think there was, but maybe there is. Propped up by a graphics card. And you can see it's just some Flip Master's garage. Here we go. We got Xbox Series X. Same with game consoles. I mean, is it... I don't know. I personally don't understand why you would want a game console in 2021, but maybe, I guess, with the graphics card prices, that becomes a better option. But I don't know. With the lack of exclusives for the Xbox and the PlayStation, I still don't really get it. So here we go. Graphics cards. We got sports cards, of course, the Optic sports cards. PS5s. What a baller. Here we go. We got some Amazon celebrations. So this guy's just reposting or whatever people that are botting to buy this stuff. I don't know. Maybe they're stocking up for the holidays on the Nintendo Switches, which is, I don't know. I don't get this. Obviously, you don't have any interest in the categories that you're buying stuff from. You're just trying to make some money by taking advantage of the market conditions, which is fine. But if you want to hurt them, the best thing is to not purchase at a markup. There's no reason to. Lots of options for Pokemon cards. It might not be the set that just released on that day, but if you're really craving a Pokemon opening, then go that route instead. We have here Stellar. Let's see what they have. PS5s, of course. We got 124 tasks running. All right, we got the optics. We got the Stonker Dog with the money bag. Mass Target purchases here. And I don't know in terms of the retail, like the online retail stores, how they can prevent this. I'm sure there's some measures in place. The Pokemon Center is probably the most frustrating thing I've ever seen because the bots will break the site. I don't know how much that has to do with the quality of their site, but at the same time, I think the measures they have in place are hurting the regular shoppers more than it's hurting the bots because they seem to be still purchasing everything. I didn't save it, but there was a screenshot of someone that had a bunch of orders canceled from the Pokemon Center. I don't know if they were probably botting or maybe they use the same address or something like that. But the bots seem to get around the Pokemon Center stuff, and then someone just refreshing to try and pick up a couple items ends up being locked out or blocked from the Pokemon Center temporarily. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So, but they might as well just take the security measures off because it's not helping. Here we go. We got some more to check out there. We get the Pokemon Flex. And like this stuff here, if you just wait for them to restock it and don't pay some overtime Flip Master, he's going to be stuck with these boxes, and this person is not interested in Pokemon. I can almost guarantee it. So just don't purchase those. Go purchase some when they restock. The set itself, the singles, are going to be so painfully inexpensive at some point. Once more product is released, we just had the second wave of products. I'm sure there'll be lots for around Christmas time if they're planning for that. and it wouldn't surprise me if it's printed throughout the whole next year. Similar to like a Shining Fates, where at first I guess everyone kind of thought it was going to be hard to get your hands on some. Similar to like a Hidden Fates, which was weird because it kept getting restocks, like small restocks, over time. But I don't know. Celebrations is popular, and if it's going to be anything like Generations or Evolutions, there's going to be no shortage of opened product and restocks throughout probably the next year or two. So don't panic. It's going to be all right. Here we go. PS5s, graphics cards, Xboxes. We got palettes. We got optic galore. But it's crazy that the market conditions can actually allow for people to buy that much stuff from a big box store and not even from a distributor and still make money. We got the Supreme logo there. Oh my god. What a baller. So this probably gives you an idea. We got the back of a truck here filled with PS5s. Insane. Here we go. We got your boy. He's gonna flex for us. We got Target, mass Target orders. We got Optic. Here we go. We got the so here we go. Ultra Premium Collection. Tons of those. I don't know. It's a really cool product, and I don't know. Everyone seemed to wait until the last minute, like most stuff. If you can't get a pre-order in, then don't bother. There's going to be probably so many of these opened, and there's nothing special in it other than the promos, the gold, the metal cards, and the 2 gold promos. So I would imagine that there's going to be some people opening multiple boxes for the sake of grading, getting some high grades. Just the singles. Everything else in the box is just Celebration products is going to be available. So even if they don't put out more ultra premium collections, you can just get the metal cards from someone. There's probably someone with extras. Don't buy them right away. As I mentioned, everything's going to be as expensive as possible when it first comes out because everyone has that FOMO. Everyone's in panic mode and thinks that they might not have a chance at getting them later. So here, just more botting. There's a lot of the standard reseller flippers that are pissed off because they can't flip anymore because they don't have a bot to do it. And basically there's no competing with this because it's just going to lock up a site and buy it right away. So here we go. We got UPC. And this is the kind of ridiculous shit that we're dealing with where someone's going to spend 21 grand on premium collections. So what happens? Like if you just don't buy these at a markup, they're going to lose money. Don't pay more than the retail. Let them sit on them, and it'll be fine. All right, guys. Hope that was helpful. Sorry if it's not what you want to hear, but this scalping, reselling, flipping, modern stuff as it comes out and as it's super popular is not going away. Not until the market cools off, which there's probably no sign of that in the near future with the Rones going on. So hang in there. Long-term collectors always win. Don't overpay. MSRP or bust. See you next time.